Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Dan. And today, I'm going to be reviewing yet another horror film for you. Oh yeah. This one is titled Beast from Haunted Cave. Oh yeah folks, this is a really obscure horror film I'm about to review. Because, well, I like reviewing these kinds of movies. So I figured I would review even more of them. Of course, as usual, I do have to talk about the plot line of this one, of course. So let's get into it, shall we? Oh yeah. For this particular movie, folks, the horror film starts off with these robbers who came to Deadwood, so to speak, with the idea of stealing a few gold bars. They enlist the aid of a local ski instructor and plan to use him as a guide out of the territory of this particular robbery they have scheduled. However, the thing is that there is this blizzard that forces them to take refuge in this particular cabin, so to speak, where there's something that doesn't really seem right. Of course, there seems to be this particular creature in this cave, so to speak. And yeah, they pretty much encounter this spider-like monster, so to speak. Yeah, folks, it's kind of one of those weird horror films from way back when, folks. But that doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing per se, folks. So yeah, this is definitely one of those low-budget horror films that has a creature-themed kind of a thing. He pretty much tells a story of a bank robbers fleeing into the snow who run into this giant spider-like monster, so to speak, that pretty much feeds on humans. So yeah, eats humans for breakfast, so to speak. Yeah, all in all, folks, I can say this one wasn't too bad, I suppose. This one was pretty decent, folks. I've seen this one more than once. And I've seen this a few times, too, that it kind of grew on me in a lot of ways. I do like the concept of this film. If I do have any complaints, it would be that some of the acting does need better work, actually. Some of the acting doesn't seem all that great, really. I like this low budget. It wasn't too bad, folks. I didn't mind it, really. I did like the fact that they had a monster in it. The monster in this film was actually designed pretty well, if you ask me, folks. Altogether, this was a pretty decent horror film, folks. Might be nothing too special altogether, but I did think it was solid enough to be rather enjoyable altogether. So, it's definitely one of those weird, bizarre-looking creatures that's in this film. But that's fine, of course. It's a horror movie. It's supposed to have weird stuff in it anyway. So this is definitely one of those I wouldn't mind watching again and again, I guess you can say, folks. Yeah, this is definitely one of the rare movies out there, folks. But that's fine. I did like the setting. The setting of these horror movie isn't too bad. And yeah, the way this film was shot was pretty good. I think like the camera angles on here, folks, and whatnot. So altogether, this was pretty solid, I suppose. Yeah, I would like to get the full version of this film, folks. That's the thing. I would like to get the full version of this film. From what I can find, is that this film has been edited down or whatnot. I'm not sure if that's true or not. One other thing I would say that, folks, is I wish I did get a better DVD transfer copy. Well, if I do find a Blu-ray version of this film, maybe I can find it. I did think maybe Beast from Haunted Cave is worth getting on Blu-ray. Well, at least for those who are really interested in collecting horror films anyway. So maybe, just maybe, I can find one of these days a copy on Blu-ray of this film, perhaps. Some of the horror films I did review, folks, and the other horror films I'm planning to review, some of these are so damn rare, they don't never come into Blu-ray. That's the sad part about it. But oh well, I guess. Anyway, folks. I mean, yeah, there are other copies of this film floating around, but some may be better than others. I just want a really good copy of this film. Just the print I have, it wasn't all that good. It's not really all that clear. Some of it's really grainy. I guess in some ways, the fact that the picture itself, the picture quality is kind of grainy, kind of gives the character itself too in some ways, but I kind of like that. But anyway, folks, at the end of the day, this was a pretty solid horror film. It definitely has its moments, I suppose. I like the set. I like some of the music as well. So altogether, it was a pretty solid horror film. Sure, I've seen better. It's not by no means a perfect movie, sure, but still, I liked it for what it is. It's kind of weird, sure, but I did enjoy it as a whole, folks. I sure did. So maybe I can say that I could watch it again one of these days. Halloween never ends for me anyway. The dialogue was okay. It was passable. I can say, folks, but it's not gonna win any awards for best screenplay, that's for sure. I did find the pacing of this film reasonable, I guess you can say. It's not all that bad. I did like the pacing as well, folks, so there's that. So yeah, this one, folks, was pretty decent, I suppose. I mean, yeah, I've seen better. That's the thing, folks, I did see better. But it's far from a bad film, I guess. I've seen worse. So I guess I would give this film a recommendation, but it's not the best one. It's not exactly the best example of a horror film, really. It does have its faults, sure, but I did kind of enjoy it. It's far from bad, I guess. It's far from a bad movie. I can say that. And those sort of aspects of the film that I did find rather interesting. The overall story itself wasn't too bad, I suppose. I mean, the film does attempt to create some sort of creepy, eerie atmosphere at times, so I'll give credit when credit is due. Anyway, Beast from Haunted Cave gets an overall rating of a 6.8 out of 10. It gets a 6.8 out of 10 for me. And as always, thanks for watching and take care. See ya. Oh yeah.